And good evening, everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day, one and all. Of course, it is March 17th, 2025. And this is Fowl Territory 303. I am your cordial host, Gizzard Gary. So, welcome, one and all, to the show. And then let's say hello to my crew, my esteemed panel of esteemed gentlemen here. Let's go ahead and say hello to my co-host with the co-most, the one and only obnoxious one.
Yo,
get that in. All right, thank you for being here. And then coming from the Keystone State, let's welcome Guns and Barbecue.
Yo,
you son of a bitch.
I think that's taken. But,
my attorneys will be contacting you. You should look out for that.
Say look out to a blind guy, really?
Yep.
I'll never see it coming.
Yeah, keep your eyes out. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Let's go on to my neighbor to the east and to the south. The one and only Hillbilly Up is here.
Hey, fellas. How's everybody doing?
Hey, man, you just don't get any better than this. Last but not least, let's say hello to Sarge at C4 Defense.
Yo.
A third yo. All right. Got the yos in there. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at who's out in the crowd tonight. We have Jacob S out there. Alaska 1, Andy is out there. C4 Defense out there. And in here, we got Ozzy Osborne barking out there. New Day, Old Clock. He says Country Rimfire Plus in the audience. We have Dale Pogue. And we have Ron 2A Matters. We have Gerald Muir out there. Scrolling down, we have a member anniversary for Ron 2A Matters. He has been a member for 14 months. Thank you. We have Defense Dad is out there in the audience. And then Ron 2A Matters has gifted 5 Gizzard Gary memberships. Thank you. So looks like Lakeview Outdoors, Tailgate Tiger, Calgicus Arminius, Rupan RX, and James White were all gifted memberships.
Rupan's out there?
Rupan, you remember him?
Wow.
Yeah. Long time no see,
well.
buddy. Yeah, he's still alive. All right.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It sure is. Speaking of cool, Obnoxious One is out there and in here. Surrender Park, all the way from Argentina, is out there. We have Artac and Daughters in the audience. We have a member anniversary from C4 Defense, a member for 35 months. Thank you. Thank you. We have some guy by the name of Jonathan Berger out there in the audience who may or may not be in here also. We got
Probably a schmuck.
Burger. Whatever. That is not a real name.
It's actually pronounced Booger.
Burger.
Yep.
Booger. Okay, let's see. Scrolling down. I think we got everybody. We've got another member anniversary. Artac and Daughters member for 34 months. Thank you. All right. So it's Monday. Everybody excited? Everybody ready for a great week? A great week of 2A, a great week of content creation and YouTube madness. Yeah, buddy. Let me tell you, it's going to be great. Don't you think? First of all, I would like to take a look at, let me bring this up real quick. Oh, where'd it go? I found this article today out in Sergeant Obie's neck of the woods from BearingArms.com. Let's talk about it. I'm going to put it on the screen here. And here we're talking about a North Carolina man charged after shooting alleged tool thief. All right. So A North Carolina man is facing felony charges of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill and inflicting serious injury and assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill after shooting a juvenile who allegedly stole tools from the man's truck. The Nash County Sheriff's Office says the shooting happened late on Friday in a rural area about 35 miles northwest of Raleigh, after homeowner Zachary Bryant woke up to the sounds of his dogs barking. He looked out of his home to see two males running from his truck, then jumped into a red vehicle, officials said. An inspection of the truck revealed tools were missing from his toolbox, he told investigators. He then armed himself and was standing outside his home when he encountered a vehicle that matched the one seen driving away, officials said. As the vehicle traveled down Savage Road, Mr. Bryant fired multiple shots at the car, allegedly attempting to disable the vehicle, officials said. As the vehicle passed him, one of the rounds struck the driver in the head. The Nash County District Attorney's Office is reviewing the case, and charges regarding the juveniles are pending further investigation, officials said. The sheriff's post on Facebook has drawn a lot of criticism from commenters who are incensed that Bryant is facing charges for protecting his property. Here's a sampling. So, he protected his property and dwelling, and he's the one locked up? There are multiple issues with this. I guess you let them take your car or whatever they want, and you simply stop them by saying, "Stop, I'm calling the police." Yeah, right. A juvenile should have been home at 10 p.m. and not out trying to steal from other people. It's a hard lesson, but this man should not be in jail facing felony charges and an expensive future, whether financially or his freedom. Praying for Zachary. He is a good person. Nobody should be charged for protecting their property. Well, here's the issue. While North Carolina has both a castle doctrine statute that allows folks to defend themselves in their home vehicle or business and a stand your ground provision that doesn't require them to retreat before using deadly force in self-defense, the state doesn't allow for lethal force to be used solely in defense of someone stealing your stuff. And according to the sheriff, Bryant had no reasonable belief that his life was in danger when he fired the shots. Bryant was away from his residence outside of the path of the vehicle with no concern of the vehicle striking him, officials said. Mr. Bryant appeared to have tried to disable the vehicle's tires with a firearm as the vehicle was passing him. The vehicle and the occupants appeared to be attempting to leave, which at this point does not meet the criteria for a justified use of deadly force. Like it or not, and clearly a lot of folks in Nash County are in the not camp, it's not legal in North Carolina to use lethal force to defend property alone. If Bryant had shot at the vehicle to prevent being struck, or any of the thieves had threatened him with harm while stealing his tools, he might not be facing charges today. But it's incumbent on us as gun owners to know the circumstances when we can use our firearm in defense of self or others, as if we're justified in using lethal force in defense of property alone. Having said that, I suspect that if prosecutors move forward with their case against Bryant, a fairly lenient plea deal will likely be on the table, at least if the suspected tool thief survives his injuries. If the case against Bryant were to go to trial, there's always a chance that a jury of his peers might fall in line with the majority of the comments on a sheriff's Facebook post. And I'm not sure if the DA would want to roll the dice on an outright acquittal. I understand the frustration of some punks coming in and stealing your stuff, not to mention watching them drive away, but real life isn't Hollywood, and shooting to disable the tires was likely going to end up badly for Bryant from a legal perspective, even if he had no designs on shooting anyone inside the car. It might have felt justified in the moment, but in the eyes of the law, it was a decision that could come with a lifetime of consequences. All right, so, yeah. Bad deal here, folks, all the way around.
I learned how to handle this from South Park.
Really?
It's coming right for us.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I pretty much assumed that was a law anywhere, that you can't just fire a gun at someone because they're stealing your stuff out in your driveway.
But is it stealing or stole?
Well, stole in this case. They've already had it and were leaving.
Back by. Did it say that?
Yeah, you're fading in and out. Sir.
Yeah, you did fade out on us. Anybody else have comments on this?
I wouldn't quite.
Driving back by.
Oh, he's back. Say again.
Did he say the vehicle was driving back
Yes.
by? Is that the
Yes.
word?
Yes.
So it was an incident that just occurred, and he said it met it was matched to the description.
Yes.
So then he pops off rounds at a vehicle that matched the description. He's not even positive.
Yeah,
That's a
Right.
terrible idea.
that's what I'm thinking. It'd suck to be driving by in the same color car, and be
It
totally
happens.
innocent.
What if it's a goddamn gray F-150? There's a
Right.
bazillion of those, or a blue Honda Accord. I mean, we all know it probably was the car, but this guy is betting his whole future and livelihood on that. That's them.
Yeah, and he's going with the I'm going to shoot out the tires.
That's not possible. That's deadly force. I'm not authorized to shoot out the tires when I'm at work.
Why would you?
Exactly, because this ain't the movies. And now people think all this stuff is fun and games, and they say, well, in Texas. Well, guess what? North Carolina, although it could fit in Texas, it ain't in Texas.
Well, the funny thing is, too, they hear the in Texas thing, but Texas isn't as free with their gun laws as people make it sound.
Well, they don't have open carry or something like that. And
Oh, they just got open carry. Not long ago. And then they got constitutional carry. A couple of years ago, but yeah, there for a while. PA's gun laws were friendlier than what Texas was as far as open carry and stuff like that went.
well, OB knows because he has his North Carolina permit. There's a whole section on that, isn't there? On shooting, that you can't shoot to protect property, only life.
Yeah, that was 7 years ago.
I know,
But
education isn't a bad thing.
No.
Do I think it needs to be required to have a permit? No. Do I think the education that comes along with it is a fantastic thing? Yes. Now, how do you merge the two? I don't know. I don't know how you do permitless carry and education. I don't guess you can. And, a little bit of education might have helped that guy. He might not have done it.
Well, even with
common sense would have helped that guy.
Yep.
I was going to say, even with a carry permit, like here in PA, I walk into the sheriff's department, I fill out a form, hand them $20, and depending on the county that you're in, you could be walking out the same day with your permit. That's all it is.
That's not the way it works here. So
Nope.
So I'm just making the point, like, the idea of the education part, isn't necessarily a guarantee. At the end of the day, it's up to people to educate themselves.
No, what I'm saying is, in North Carolina, it requires an 8-hour class plus range time. And that whole class is on the laws concerning deadly force. So that's what I'm saying. That is a good thing. Requiring a permit, not necessarily a good thing, but the education that comes with it is absolutely a good thing.
What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's up to people to educate themselves.
Well, I realize this, but that's what I was saying. There's pluses and negatives to getting a carry permit. He would have learned. So,
Well, that depends.
People educate themselves, and with a permit, it requires people in some states. In other states, it's just up to them, and then they make these terrible decisions.
Even so, even if he'd gone through the class, that's a common sense issue. They're gone. They're leaving. If they were in your vehicle, you could make the case.
It's gray at that point, but at least it's gray and not black and white.
Yeah. If they're in your vehicle and you surprise them, then you can make the case. Oh
shit, they were going to beat me up. They had a hammer. Anything could happen.
Yep. But when they're in a car and driving away, that's common sense. Don't shoot at the car driving away. Unless there's an old lady in the middle of the street that car is about to run over.
And then shooting to disable
Make sure you don't hit her instead.
Shooting to disable a vehicle has a very low chance of success.
I got another question for you, Sarge. So your guys' permit process. So once you obtain that, every time you renew, do you have to go do the class again?
Nope.
So
It's a catch-22.
Well, I was just asking too, because I mean, so somebody does the 8-hour class once, and then 20 years later they run into this issue. You know, like who
on them?
You know, not only that, but 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, who the heck knows? Laws change, obviously.
Legal updates. There's precedents set. There's court rulings.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but at least they have the basis. So that's the part of the classes when I was teaching concealed carry that I liked. I liked the education part, and I liked talking with people. I really liked talking with people, and I liked when they would ask questions and we would go through that and you would change, you would see the light come on. I've had people ask me in those classes, they thought if they witnessed a crime, they were required to intervene because they got a concealed carry permit. And I'd like to say I only heard that once. I heard it several times.
Really?
You're like, no, this is not a CPR card.
That's when you talk about it's on the person. Well, these were good people, and they had been told wrong, and they were just going by what they heard, and that's what they'd be going off of in real life if they hadn't had to come to the class. So, heck, maybe it should be part of your schooling,
And education's always good, and then like we said, and like you guys said, common sense. My deal with this is what personally I would be scared of. Like, it'd be a red flag for me. One, losing sight of the vehicle and then seeing another one that comes by that looks like it. That's definitely a red flag. And then shooting into a public street. I mean, if you hunt any at all, just shooting into a public street is totally against the law. I mean, just that on its own. And
he wasn't sure of his target or the backstop.
Yeah. And, there's probably houses across the way. Who knows? I don't have any idea. But I do know we have open carry here. Like, so like we can carry concealed or open carry. You don't have to have the permits, but they do offer them, from the past. And I know in those classes, one thing that most of them strongly suggested was if you're in fear of your life or, your family's life or, somebody's life, when you're in fear of a life, that is more of a green light than anything else, and they really seem to stress that, if somebody's running away from you, you're not in fear of your life.
This guy missed his quote unquote intended target by several feet. He's
got the dude in the head.
He loosely claims he was shooting at the tires, but that's just an alibi he made up.
Yeah, that's just him trying to get out of trying to.
And it went through a window and hit someone in the head.
So G-Webs is asking question, if you are stopping a crime, would you be arrested for shooting on a street?
I think that depends on many circumstances.
If what happened?
If you are stopping a crime, would you be arrested
What crime?
for shooting on a street?
What crime?
What street? I guarantee you that if I was in New York and shot somebody and stopped a crime, I would be going to jail. I guarantee that.
Yeah, what's the crime? Because in North Carolina, you have to person that you're defending has to have the legal right to use deadly force for a third party to use deadly force. So you have to be 100% sure that that person is eligible to use deadly force before you can use it. And are you 100% sure of the circumstance? Probably not.
Well, the way I've always understood it is if law enforcement, and correct me if I'm wrong here, if law enforcement fires a bullet out of their gun, they're responsible for everything behind what they're aiming at and everything else. So you would also be held to that same standard.
To a degree, yes. See, New York shoots people all the time by accident. New York City.
They're just trying to thin some people out.
All right, I'm going to be serious. They shoot people by accident all the time because everywhere you go, there's someone walking.
Yeah.
And sometimes if they were to shoot a bad guy, it would inadvertently hit somebody else behind them, even if it hit the bad guy first or just went right over them. So 99% of the time they are held to that standard, but not always, because there are other circumstances. But it all depends on what crime. You have to be, and I'm looking at G-Web's comment.
Mm-hmm.
You have, and yeah, of course, Leo have a different rule of engagement because they're charged with public safety and responding to crimes. People aren't. They don't have to get involved. You know, people talk about why there's so many law enforcement shootings because law enforcement has to go check on the people you won't check on. They have to go to the suspicious people. They have to go to the burglaries that the average person don't have to go to because that's why they pay taxes. That's why they have the police or the sheriff's office to go do it. That's why the shootings occur most of the time. They get called to check on the bad guys.
Let's say hello to the gun snob. Good evening.
Yo.
What's up, buddy?
Yo.
Oh, who just left? Oh, Guns and Barbecue did.
Thank God.
I can leave if he doesn't like me that much.
No, I'd rather
You won't
have
leave,
here
you'll
than
stay.
barbecue.
Okay, so I presume you missed out on the discussion we were having there, Snob.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Ah, crap, he's back.
We were talking about a case in North Carolina where some guy, he heard something outside and he found out that somebody had stolen some tools out of his truck and they had left his place and were on the road, and supposedly he fired shots at the vehicle to try to disable
a vehicle that drove back by that fit the description.
And he said he was shooting at the tires to disable the vehicle, ended up hitting the driver
in the head.
Yeah. And is facing charges right now. That's what we're discussing.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
It does sound like a terrible idea.
And OB, when you were talking about common sense, look at the common sense of the commoners. They don't have any.
No. I'm aware. I'm aware, but you were talking about education, and as far as
I agree, it should be common sense, but look at the common sense displayed. There isn't any.
Well, yeah,
we're agreeing.
And like I said, if they were still in his vehicle, he could have made the case. But they're gone. They're on the street in another vehicle, leaving, and he shot at him.
I can tell you what he was doing. He was defending his pride and not his life. That's why he shot on him.
But a lot of times people they watch movies, they watch cop shows and stuff like that, and they see how
who doesn't watch movies though?
They think, okay, I can do that.
Gizzard's safe. He doesn't watch those movies.
I can do that too, but they fail to realize what kind of training law enforcement goes through and stuff like that to handle certain situations and stuff like that. And
he should have totally shot at the gas tank.
And they haven't had that training,
I'm pretty sure I've never seen any law enforcement training where you shoot a vehicle.
No, that's not what I'm getting
After the
at,
fact.
though. But I'm talking about how to handle different situations in general, as far as shooting. And we had another sidebar discussion about shooting on a street or, and in a place like that, as far as where the bullets could go and stuff like that. So, but
I'm pretty sure it was more just the heat of the moment. The guy thought, I caught you, and he went out there and he was pissed because I'd
was
be
mad.
pissed somebody's stealing my stuff. And
He
he's
was
like, I'll just
defending his
shoot at him.
honor.
And he was just going to shoot at him and not thinking about it. He thought, I'm just going to shoot at him just to scare him and let him know. And then he screwed up, and there it went.
yeah,
So
pretty
now he's
bad
lying.
idea. Pretty bad idea, if you ask me. So we got George Cortez out there with the happy St. Patrick's Day.
You should have shot into the ground.
Yeah, don't shoot up in the air. I heard that's a bad idea too.
No, just 2 blasts with a shotgun. You'll be good.
Depends
Off
on
your
what
balcony,
you
though.
Quit
Off your
it.
balcony.
Quit it.
He should have been out there quicker and just shot him while they were actually in his truck, and then he could have articulated a story that made it work out.
Yeah, that's another.
He'd have a lot better odds.
I responded to a call one time of it was out in the country, but the 2 houses were close to each other. And the guy got up in the middle of the night to go get something to drink, and he looked out the window. He's like, "Oh, that's the neighbor's boyfriend out in her car." And it was like 2 a.m. He's like, "No, that's not her boyfriend." He was out there breaking into her car. He grabbed his .44 Magnum, walked out the front door, and as the guy was walking away, he fired that thing into the ground. That guy's feet never touched the ground. He ran down the road, and then he saw him jump in the getaway vehicle that he didn't see before that. He just hadn't noticed it because he was looking at him, and they crashed into a fence and got out of there. And I guarantee they never came back. Because that's what I told him. I said, sounds like you were just doing some spontaneous target practice, and it got the point across, and that wasn't deadly force at all because he shot into the ground in his own yard. It was a very hostile gesture. I said, I'm sure it probably worked. You have a good night, sir.
Yep.
So, or if you happen to go out and, shoot some bird shot up in the air out of your 12 gauge, I'd probably get the point across too.
That's true.
But just please don't shoot at people.
No. I do know, like, even having a firearm in your hand and threatening somebody, a person could get in trouble for that somewhat, depending on the situation.
The threat of deadly force isn't authorized. It's the use of deadly force. He could have held them there at gunpoint until the police arrived in North Carolina. You just can't shoot them if they decide to leave. You're authorized to use the threat of deadly force in that instance, the way he described it. If the truck was on his property, if it was in the middle of the night, they had no business being there, he could have very well, and it all depends on the municipality. If they're very, very blue, maybe not. But the vast majority of North Carolina, he could have held them there at gunpoint and been perfectly justified. You just can't act on that threat and actually shoot them.
Let's see.
Unless you have a good lawyer, then you can do whatever the hell you want.
Depends on how blue it is. Like OB said,
That's fair.
If that was in Raleigh, good luck. Or you could probably actually do that in Asheville, because the police department would you'd probably be fine. But there's some places you couldn't. Wake County, be tough.
All right. Well, don't forget, we do have a giveaway later on in the show. The hashtag is #FT303.
What are you giving away?
Well, let's see. On top of everything else, Aegis Gun Care is providing us with an Aegis sample
said,
trifecta.
North American Arms Pug, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
G-Web's heard Pug. He's all in about the giveaway now.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was getting a new pug, so he's going to give his old one away.
You got Fuku YT.
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
Give it away. Well, it is St. Patrick's Day. So real quick, we're going to take a look at something here. And this is a St. Patrick's Day trivia, virtual trivia games. Let's see how well we do on this. Okay. As the legend goes, St. Patrick famously drove all the snakes out of Ireland, which is why the country is snake-free even to this day. In reality, how many snakes did St. Patrick cast out? A, none, B, 1, C, 17, or D, 1,000,000?
17.
I don't think he drove any
I was
out. I
gonna
don't
say
think there was
17.
snakes there in the first
17 sounds
place.
good.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Denny
I'm still going to guess
none.
17.
17 sounds good.
I'm going to go
Okay,
with 1.
the answer is none. Snakes did once exist in
Oh,
Ireland,
you're welcome.
but they were killed off by an ice age 10 million years ago, not scared away with a big stick. Okay.
That makes the most sense.
Okay, so the Caribbean island of Montserrat is one of the few countries that mark St. Patrick's Day as an official public holiday. The party also takes a while. How long does their long St. Patrick's Day festival last? 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, or 31 days?
31.
That's a
I'm going
long
with
public
5.
holiday.
I'm going with 3 days. I mean, you
Well,
can only
6
be
months.
I'm going to take 10 because nobody else is taking 10.
6 months.
a hangover for 3 days. I mean,
The answer is 10 days. I got it. All right. This
Oh,
annual festival, which mixes Irish, African, and Caribbean traditions, commemorates an unsuccessful uprising of enslaved islanders against Irish colonizers that took place on St. Patrick's Day in 1768. All right. In what city, and Obi can't answer this, in what city do a bunch of plumbers celebrate by dumping 40 pounds of dye into the river? London, Dublin, Metropolis, I'm sure that's it, or Chicago?
Chicago.
I think everyone knows this is
Definitely.
Chicago.
Yeah, once you said I couldn't answer. And
I mean, I knew it
Mr.
before. I've
Subtle.
seen where they do the river, and
did you know
I thought
that
OB was from Metropolis.
Did you know that they actually dump orange dye in there to turn the river green?
yeah, because it's already one color.
It says
I actually thought they just let all the homeless just shit in the river that day, and it turned it green.
Only after they
Since
give them
night-
red lobster.
since 1962, the Chicago Plumbers Union has used its secret recipe of green dye, said to be perfectly safe for the environment despite its nuclear neon hue, to dye part of the river bright green. That first year, they used 100 pounds, and the river stayed green for a week.
Oh, gosh.
After some tweaks over the years, they've settled on 40 pounds as a sweet spot. Okay. So where did the first St. Patrick's Day parade in history take place? Ireland, New York, Florida, or Boston?
Boston.
New York.
Definitely Boston. Boston. It's down in
And
South.
the answer is Florida.
Florida.
The parade
Florida
was held
man?
on March 17, 1601 in a Spanish colony on land that is now St. Augustine, Florida. The colony's Irish vicar, Ricardo Artur, came up with the idea. Wow.
I think our
What?
Florida man would have known that.
Florida man should have known that. Okay, so when did New
Wasn't
York
around in
City,
1601.
when did New York City's first St. Patrick's Day parade take place? Was it 300,
1602.
300 BC? Yeah, 1762, 1876, or 1900?
1876.
I think we can rule out 300 BC
I think
because the
so.
first parade was in 1601.
What are 1762? What's that? 1876.
1876 or 1900?
I'm going with B.
St. Patrick's Day. That one's. I would have to say, yeah, it would be 1900 because they pretty much hated the potato eaters.
And the correct answer is 1762.
Holy crap.
Oh, I win.
In modern times, New York City's parade might be the biggest event of them all, but in 1762, it was a relatively small contingent of homesick Irish soldiers serving in the English military who did the parading. Wow. Okay, how long is the shortest St. Patrick's Day parade in the world? Is it A, 3.17 feet, B, 98 feet, C, 1,000, or D, 5,280 feet?
98 feet.
3.17 feet because
That's
it's just
pretty
one
short
dude with a
parade.
flag.
98.
And the correct answer is 98 feet. You'll find this puny procession on Bridge Street in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Most years' festivities also include a 0K race. It starts around 6 p.m. and only requires you to run 299 feet. Wow.
Shoot, I'm in. Let's go, boys.
No.
I'll beat you.
I'm pretty fast at 299 feet. Anything more than that, I'm out.
It's 100 yards.
Just
I
tie
think you only got 50 in you.
Just tie a snake to the back of him. I'll bet you he wins the race.
Shoo. My feet wouldn't touch the ground if there's a snake behind me.
So, what are the odds of finding a 4-leaf clover among a field of regular old 3-leaf clovers? Is it
1 in 1,000?
1 in 3, B, 1 in 4, C, 1 in 1,000, or D, 1 in 10,000?
1 in 1,000.
It's 1 in 1,000.
And the correct answer is 1 in 10,000.
I swear I've always heard it was 1 in 1,000.
The leaves
I guess
represent
survey's
faith,
rigged.
hope, love, and finally luck, which is what makes 4-leaf clovers lucky. Those first 3 are nice too, though we could settle for 9,999 doses of those. Okay, when was St. Patrick canonized as a saint? Was it 1776, 1985, 2002, or never?
Never.
I'm going with never. Damn it.
And the correct answer is never.
Because the parade was in 1601.
Though he is considered the patron saint of Ireland, St. Patrick has never been canonized by the Catholic Church. That's simply because St. Patrick was around in the 4th century and the Catholic Church wouldn't start canonizing people as saints until hundreds of years later. It is thought that St. Patrick was sainted largely by public decree. Now, that's one heck of a popularity contest. Wow. So, why did Irish Americans start the tradition of eating corned beef on St. Patrick's Day? A, they didn't actually, because the Irish always ate lots of beef. B, it's what they could afford. C, it looked good on Instagram. Or D, the supermarket was fresh out of corn muskox.
B.
Clearly, it's because it looked good on Instagram.
And the correct answer here is B, it's what they could afford. Before the Great Famine, the people of Ireland ate very little in the way of beef. They preferred ham and bacon. Beef was more of an English and later American thing. After the Great Famine drove 1 million Irish immigrants to U.S. shores, those immigrants started eating beef too, but the beef they could afford, when they could afford any at all, was a relatively cheap corned beef, usually popular on long sea voyages. So as Irish Americans turned St. Patrick's Day from religious holiday to celebratory festival, corned beef and the cheapest vegetable around, cabbage, took center stage alongside the beloved potato. All right.
And vodka.
There you go. So, the proper shortening of St. Patrick's Day is St. Paddy's Day with a D, 2 Ds, because the name Patrick is derived from the Irish padrig. If you wish someone a happy St. Patty's Day, what are you wishing them? A, happy St. Patty Cake Day. B, happy St. Patricia's Day. C, happy St. Pat Sajak's Day. Or D, happy St. Hamburger Patty Day.
B.
It's B, but I really wish it would be C.
I really wish it would be D.
That's true.
And it is B. Patty is short for Patricia.
No way.
Who would have thought?
What does the Wisconsin town of New London do every year for St. Patrick's Day? A, it adopts a town in Ireland. B, it buries City Hall in fake leprechaun gold. C, changes its name. or D, designates one resident St. Patrick for a day?
Changes
D.
its name. Changes its name to New Dublin.
D.
C, changes its name. Yep. Somebody Googled that already. Wow.
No.
Oh,
What do
you
they
knew
change
that?
it to? Do they change it to New Dublin?
They do. They do. Yes.
Oh, see, I am awesome. Look it, I'm just awesome.
Or it's because you lived basically in Wisconsin.
I have no idea where New London is in Wisconsin, and you son of a bitch.
It's right next
Next
to
to Old London.
Probably.
Yeah, you basically are cheesehead.
So
You
what color?
son of a bitch.
He's a Packers fan. Leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
I will cut you.
That's not the kind of packing he's a fan of, though. But you know,
What
he's
color
definitely a
was
fan of
originally
packing.
associated with St. Patrick? Is it A, blue, B, purple, C, white, or D, just kidding, it was green all along?
C, because they only had black and white back in those days.
Blue.
Oh, there. And the answer is blue.
Got it.
Wow, the holiday that bears his name is green as all get out, but St. Patrick historically was associated more with blue, so much so that the azure blue in Irish heraldry is often dubbed St. Patrick's blue. Green rose to prominence for many reasons, including its symbolic association with Ireland's struggle for independence. In what out-of-this-world place did Canadian Chris Hadfield sing Danny Boy on St. Patrick's Day in 2013? Was it A, the Dublin Planetarium, B, the International Space Station, C, Spaceship Earth at Epcot, or D, a booth in a Planet Hollywood restaurant?
International Space Station.
That'd be my guess.
That's what I would think.
D.
It is B. Okay, yes, he's an astronaut. Okay, Leprechaun, a bar crawl event in which hordes of young people who are still old enough to know better, honestly, dress up in green and descend en masse to drink their way through cities across the U.S. is an offshoot of a similar event focused on another holiday. What is the name of that event? Is it A, BunnyCon, B, HanukCon, C, Father TimeCon, or D, SantaCon?
SantaCon.
B.
I always thought it was ShakaCon.
It is SantaCon. Wow. In addition to looking after gold, what do leprechauns in Irish folktales make? A, shoes, B, money moves, C, boiled potatoes, or D, babies?
Shoes.
They make shoes, huh? They do make shoes. Yes. All right. So that's the end of that, folks. So now we know everything there is to know about St. Patrick's Day. So did everybody celebrate St. Patrick's Day today? Drink green beer?
Literally, your video you sent from the gym was the first time I even knew it was St. Patrick's Day today.
I just wanted to say something so you knew that wasn't something I recorded 6 months ago. So
He did. He recorded it and planned on it being March 17th. Whenever
Yep. He said, I got 9 months off.
Yeah, we know Gary doesn't go to the gym anymore.
Yeah, I
He
planned
went today. Thank you very much.
I
Allegedly.
planned my friend Mike coming by and saying hi to me right in the middle of it too. So.
Was Mike wearing like a St. Patrick's Day shirt or something?
I don't believe he was. No,
Did they wonder where you were at?
Like masterful planning.
That's not his style. If you knew Mike, but no,
Did you pinch Mike?
I did not. I don't know.
Did they wonder where you were at? Why? How come you hadn't been there?
Nobody said a thing. And Mike's a guy I used to run into all the time. He pretty much lives in that place. So I used to work with him years and years ago. So
Think about
Huh?
I was going to say thing about St. Patrick's Day growing up in school. You know, if you didn't wear green, somebody could pinch you and you couldn't say anything about it.
Nutty got pinched. Jacob said, I had some beer brats for dinner, not any green beer. Yeah, well, I guess
Bratwurst would be so good.
I would go for some corned beef and cabbage. I always love corned beef and cabbage. It's good.
That's disgusting.
It's fabulous.
Justin Grimm said cooked 3 corned beef and 6 beers and added 5 pounds of potatoes, 2 pounds of carrots, and finished with 2 heads of cabbage. Dang.
Nice.
That's a feed. You ate all that yourself? Boy, I'll bet you got the stomach ache. Golly, folks, I tell you what. Yeah, so got quite a few people that's came in. I see Misty, Mrs. Wayne is out there. Who else snuck in here? If you just snuck in here and I didn't see you, say so. But C4 says just have a Reuben. It's practically the same. It is.
Yeah.
I love me a good Reuben. Mm-hmm.
Reuben Pfeffer.
Reuben. I would go for a Reuben right now, but you know what else I would go for? I would go for gear websites because they're your source for every second matters, gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday is Free Patch Friday when you buy cool stuff at GearWebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
That's right. So don't forget to get you some cool stuff at GearWebsites.com. Reuben Pfeffer. Okay. Nutty says 303 is a lot of FTs. Boy, it sure is, isn't it? Probably too many. Probably way too many. But kind of like Miley. Kind of like Miley, I can't stop and I won't stop.
303. That was that's like 294 episodes after I joined.
I know, right? Well, heck. I tell you what. G-Web says, I thought it was Saturday? What's Saturday? I'm confused.
Of course you are.
I'm always confused, though, so that's... Jacob S. says, 5,000 would be a heck ton of FTs if we could get to that. I'm not going to... My gosh. I'm not going to live that long for one thing. I usually only get about 48 shows in a year. Well, 46. So, yeah, that'd be 20 more years of this stuff. I don't think so. I don't think so. I ain't going to be still doing this when I'm 86, 87 years old. Nutty says, I had Walmart rotisserie chicken with white bread and sliced red tomato and cold Coors Banquet beer. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And there also ain't nothing wrong with this.
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4'2" but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of its wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here. And now,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's that time of the night. It's that time of the night. We're going to give stuff away. That's right. We're going to give you everything. We're going to give you some green tonight. Some kind of green. I don't know. Gizzard better have something green anyways, or I just made a liar out of myself. Hopefully, you found a green patch or something. Anyways,
might have
and
to
then
look
we're
real
going to
quick.
yeah. And then,
Probably everything is
we're going to
green.
give you some, we're going to give you some Aegis gun care too. Yeah, that sample trifecta. You're going to get that. You're going to get some cleaner lube and some grease. So you can
Is it
just clean her
green?
up, lube her up, and grease her up. It's not, but if you leave it out for a long time, it might turn green. I don't think it will, but it could.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. That excess sight sticker is usually green.
Yeah, that's fair. That'll do the trick. It's got some green in it. And why is the blind guy telling us what anything is?
I know, right?
I know, right? Let's say, but green and blue, like two of the best colors I see.
Yeah, so Gizzard, what do we have for these good folks tonight?
Well, let's see. Let's start with a green sticker. How about that? This for sure is green. the Fowl Territory thumbnail.
Doesn't
Yeah,
count.
it's green. You know what else is green? You know what else is green? How about my spirit animal is a rooster. Part of that's green. There you go. Let's see, we got anything
Another name
else?
for rooster.
Chicken. Also have US for it. XS sights, the fastest sights in any light, and that's written in green. You better believe it. All right. Do I have anything else that's green in here? Probably not. I think I done shot my wad there. So,
Jeez.
Wasn't
so
even 30 seconds.
You're gonna get the Gizzard Gary thumbnail or Gizzard Gary channel logo sticker.
It's got green on it.
It's got green on it a little bit. This doesn't have any green on it. It's from our Tech and Daughter's Gun and Gear Review. This has a little bit of green on it. It is from DM Foss, the Hell No Kitty. It's got green eyes. Look at that. This is just red and black and white from Live Free Armory. True.
What color?
American manufacturing.
Gizzard's apparently colorblind.
What color?
I don't know. Looks red to me.
That's not red.
Okay.
That's close enough. We got this.
What color's that?
Got a picture of Obi on it. Looks like it's orange.
It's clearly red Gatorade again.
The top of it's red. That
He needs to get his dang eyes checked.
the Haterade from DM.
Hey, Gizzard. I hate to break it to you. You're color deficient.
Oh, I could have told you that. Got this from Lock Grips. It also
What color's those? What color's lock on there? Is it pink or what?
red.
Matches Gary's shirt.
Got this sticker from We Knife.
Well, that's clearly black and orange.
It is. We have this one from SOAR USA.
Purple and white.
Orange and white.
Yeah. Got this from Lifeguard from Trailblazer Firearms. And we have this from Ron Wayne, the official Ron Wayne channel sticker. And then we've got a couple bigger ones here. One from Heritage Manufacturing Incorporated. And then we have a decal of sorts from our good friends at Taurus. All right, so patches, you say. You guys want patches? I'll give you patches. We have this one here. The Palmetto State Armory 2024 NRA Dallas patch. We have this one from Dead Air Silencers, courtesy of Stan at SS Pawn. We have the Techna Clip patch. Excuse me. Pronounce it correctly, Gary. Okay, we have this, a Perfect Fit Glock Silver Slimline Series patch. And last
It's
but
probably
not,
an antique there.
it is. Last but not least, we have this from Dan Wesson Firearms. All right, so we also have for the winner the official Gizzard Gary channel pin. You can stick it on your head or on your jean jacket, possibly your cat, although your cat's not going to be your friend after you do that. Just warning you now. You're going to get not one, not four, but two IWI zipper pulls.
Jesus, somebody's a tightwad tonight.
Tonight?
Somebody's about out of zipper pull. I think I see a green chicken in the closet. Maybe. There's all kinds of chickens in that closet. Green, blue, red. We have this from EAA. Actually, it's a set. A set of 7 wonderful coasters, which can be held right side up. They'll even work upside down. So you're going to get all that. You're going to get all that plus, let's see, since it's St. Patrick's Day, should I give this away or not? This is kind of special. Do we feel like we should give away something special tonight, guys?
Man.
Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to give away this koozie that I've been using here. But It's got Benchmade on one side here. And then
What's
on
on
this
side,
side,
Dewey knife? Oh,
Benchmade into the wild below. It's got a fish on one side. How about that?
fish on.
Fish on. So you're going to get that. All right. Plus, you're going to get the Aegis sample trifecta from the good folks at, and I don't have my hat on tonight, so I'm going to have to do it with the logo on the screen. There it is. Aegis gun care. It's up there. There it is. Them people.
Last time I heard OB say fish on, I seen him get more workout than I think I've ever seen him get.
Heard that.
He was like Gizzard at the gym over there trying to chase that thing around the boat.
Oh,
terrible.
boy.
Stupid fruity fish.
So
That's expensive fruity fish.
this, my friends, is the StreamYard giveaway tool where we have 20 people, only 20, entered into the giveaway. I'm showing 25 viewers right now on YouTube, 2 on X.com. So maybe it's just not a popular giveaway, but we only have 20 entries. Now we have 21. And 22. Wow. Obnoxious one, you tell me when to hit that button.
Do it now.
All right.
If they're not in there by now, it's their own damn problem.
If you haven't entered by now. Oh my
Oh my
God.
lord.
Guess
I'm totally
who won?
surprised.
Wow. Congratulations, Jacob S. You won again. I'm not even going to go through the spill for him.
Even on the Facebooks.
There's no point. He
Very
knows
nice.
And he is out there. All right. So I'm pretty sure I have Jacob's address.
it. Just send them all at once. You'll save money.
I know, right?
That's why you send it like once a year on Christmas.
Now, funny story on our members only chat this past Wednesday.
He won.
Jacob actually joined the panel for the first time. Yes, he actually does talk and he has a voice and all that stuff.
What the heck?
And I let him decide when to hit the draw button. And guess what? He did not win. So when he picked the time to draw, he lost. So maybe we should have him on the panel again. So
what you're telling us is he and Obi are in cahoots.
Oh, that is what he said.
So many hoots.
or he doesn't give a hoot or something like that.
Can you put the link out there for Jacob's eBay store so we can go and buy some of the stuff he wins from?
He says he does not have an eBay store.
It's under Travis T's name.
G-Web says, what do you call an Irish lady who stays on your back deck day and night? I don't have a clue.
His other joke was good, though. You got to go back to that after this one.
Okay. Patio furniture. Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Look at the other one.
Okay. What do
Don't worry, folks. He'll be here all night.
What do you call a bulletproof Irishman? And the answer is Ricochet. That's better. Yes. Okay. For sure. He's stealing them from Instagram, I say.
Well, they're dad jokes. They're great.
Yeah. I'm a dad. I'm a grandpa. Hell, I'm a double dad. Well, Snob's caught right up with me as far as grandkids go. So you don't have to be old to be a grandpa, do you, Snob?
You guys got a ways to go
I
catch
feel
me.
pretty old.
Grandkid numbers.
Somehow I have a feeling that Snob will pass me here one of these days.
About next year
And
or this Christmas.
I'm pretty sure I'm all done, so I just can't wait. Maybe
By SHOT Show. There'll be a third one on the way.
Yeah, he'll
I
have.
don't think so. She's not supposed to be having it anymore because she had a lot of complications with this one.
You've got 2 other kids.
How many daughters do you have?
I got 3 daughters, 6 granddaughters, and 1 grandson. So, yeah, that one of these
Ozzy
days
says,
I'll
I'm
be
a great grandpa. Wow.
great grandpa. Yeah, they're like Ozzy.
Well, by the time Snob's my age, he'll be a great grandpa. So,
That
nothing
is
wrong.
possible.
Nothing wrong being a grandpa, though. That's for sure. It's a good thing.
My dad is younger than you, and he'd be a great grandpa.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
How much younger is he?
He was born in '63.
Okay, so he's 3 years younger than me. All right. In the same ballpark. Okay.
When was your grandpa born? Is he like in his 90s?
1926. Yeah, he'll be 99
But
this year.
he was up there when you had your dad.
Yeah, my dad was a baby because my aunt and uncle got married. My dad was 6 months old when they got married.
How many did your grandpa have? Grandma?
4. They had
Oh, now that
two.
I'm surprised at.
They had 2 daughters when they lived out on the river where they built Ulugal Lake at. They had 2 daughters out there, and they were pretty much grown when they moved out here. When they built the lake, they moved out here and then had 2 more kids. So my dad and Lisa are close in age, and then Sharon and Audrey are close in age. It's like half the people that just kind of knew the family that knew them out there didn't know they had the other 2 kids, and the ones that just knew them here didn't even realize they had the older 2 hardly.
That's funny. I figured they'd been like having like 8 or 9 for farmhands.
Well,
I know when
they both had real big families though.
It's like my grandma was one of 9 from back then, and like my grandpa he was only one of 3 that, because one of them died, got ran over on a wagon.
Ooh.
Fell off a wagon and got run over. But the other 3, you'd think from being here as rural as it gets, they only had 4 total, but up there in New Jersey, they had 9. My grandma's from.
So
Both my grandma and grandpa had a bunch of siblings.
Yeah, my last surviving grandparent was a grandmother, and when she passed away, there was I was well over 100, I think 130 surviving kids, grandkids, and so on. But that was counting their spouses. But
Yeah, you ought to see. Well, a few years ago, when we had my grandma's 95th birthday party, and her birthday's on the 4th of July. It was absolutely miserable. Their house, we had it at their house, and the air conditioner couldn't keep up. There were so many people in there. Like the whole family was there,
Just
but
heating it
everybody that
up.
knew them. Yeah, and it was just, I mean, everybody was like dying in that house because
And doors
they got
opening
a
and
pretty
closing
big house.
constantly.
Yeah, they got a pretty big house, but the central air just wouldn't even think about keeping up. And it was, the 4th of July, middle of the day.
People put off heat.
People cooking on top of everything else, probably.
yeah, and
then
you
Stacey
probably had
wrecked her Jeep right
somebody
after that.
at thermostat saying, "Don't turn that under 75. We don't run up electricity bill."
Of course, my grandma and grandpa were comfortable. You can go in there when it's cold out, and they've got a fire just flaming hot fire in the fireplace, and you can't breathe in that house. And my grandpa will be sitting on the fireplace, the brick fireplace, just sitting there right in front of it, just baking, and you're over here sweating, just walking in the door.
You can actually toast your skin. I saw that online. That's the people that sit in front of heaters or space heaters or stuff. They can get toasted skin syndrome, like a marshmallow.
You just put butter on it.
Yeah, don't know if I'd do that. I know Obi on some of his videos, he has these little packets of toast flavoring, but I've never actually tried it. I don't eat a lot of toast. And that killed the chat. So,
Smooth move, X-Lex.
Yeah, I know, right? So let's see if we got. I am not seeing. I was gonna go to the mailbox, but there's nothing in the mailbox. So let's see.
Mail doesn't run on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
You really want that on the Gorn?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like a crossbow to me.
It is pretty funny though.
Mm-hmm.
I figured Justin at least has some St. Patty's Day memes.
Jacob could probably send in pictures of knives. Goodness knows he hasn't
gone to the West Side Nut Club St. Patty's Day parade.
Oh, that would be neat.
I think by now Jacob owns 18% of Aegis gun gear.
Well, that's probably right too. I hope he's keeping those guns clean and lubed up. That's for sure. So, what else going on, guys? We're kind of at a standstill here. Kind of stuck in the mud. Uh-oh. Might have got something here. Let's see. Oh.
Don't show that.
This last one?
Snob never did announce. Show us you're going. So
we don't do that anymore, Snob said. So.
Oh.
You told me not to do that anymore.
Do you want me to put this on the screen?
Yeah, I was saying that is corn.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody said no. That's why.
No, it's just going to start a goddamn 20-minute conversation about all the stuff he gets.
So,
I can read your address.
What are we looking at here? I could probably zoom in on it, but I won't.
Bunch of crap.
Somebody just dumped some trash off at your house?
That's why I was late. I was busy dealing with all that.
Light day, it looks like.
Yeah. Was.
At least they set it in and out of the weather. So you got some videos to do.
Yeah, probably.
I already did most of them.
I first seen that top one on the right, that green and tan. I thought that was a bag of feed for a second.
It could be. Good Lord, what in the devil is this I'm about to put on the screen?
That's my dad's dumb half poodle dog.
Almost looks like some guy's holding the dog's head up.
It does look like that.
I walked out of
first looked at it.
I walked out of Lowe's. Yeah, I walked out of Lowe's the other day, and Jake's head sticking out of my stepmom's truck. I was like, I guess my dad's here somewhere. So I just took a picture of him and was like, $20 if you ever want to see your dog again.
That's Snob's new wig. Look at that.
I got his head out that opening.
That's cool.
Is he parked?
Because he's all fur.
Can he see?
Hypoallergenic?
Not really. That dog is a nuisance. He's super hyper all the time.
So, once again, we have a Sandhills sighting out there in the chat. Is that Gordon Shumway? Yeah, it does kind of look like Gordon Shumway. And let me ask, I don't want to call out anybody here, but if you were supposed to receive something on one of my giveaways and haven't gotten it, and it's been a reasonable amount of time, please send me an email and just let me know. It's easier than making comments in the chat because then I'll have a record of it and I can take action on that after the show's over. So if you just email me, just send it to Gorn at gizzardgary.com. Let me know because I want to make sure you get that stuff. So
why wouldn't they send it to Wiener at gizzardgary.com?
That'll also work.
Well,
Or you can send it to info@gizzardgary.com. Guess what? They all go to the same email.
I mean, the reason the mail's been so late for a long time is the price of fuel and the price of eggs. Oh, wait, those are going down.
They are? Okay.
Yeah, we got fuel today for $2.30.
Not here.
Not
here.
$2.
I bet
How
OB
much?
doesn't know what gas costs.
He doesn't?
I bet he only fills his truck up once a month. I don't know what gas costs.
Does he ever go anywhere?
I filled up the tracker and 1 5-gallon can of gas and 3 cans of diesel the other day, and it was $100.
Oh. But that'll last you a while.
Oh yeah, the tracker will last for a while.
It's like I use so little gas in my personal vehicle. I don't know what it costs.
It was $3.99 a gallon for the gas.
Wow.
But that's because I got because it's going in the tracker, and the 5-gallon cans will go like for the lawnmower and anything else. So I get the non-ethanol.
Yeah, the non-ethanol is higher though. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pricey.
Should run them on E85.
Let's see. Gas here. Yeah, the gas here in this town is at $2.83 right now.
Yeah, I think regular was like $2.79. I have no idea what the diesel was.
It's probably about that.
I don't know. I got 15 gallons of diesel and
Probably $4.
10 gallons of gas. So
Yeah, it's probably, like you said, $100. It's probably about $4 diesel.
It wasn't too long ago. I filled up the Suburban. It's got a 40-gallon tank, but it wasn't empty, and it was like $160.
I'll tell you, this Jeep I got for work, it seems like it gets good fuel mileage, which it doesn't get terrible. You got to fill that thing up, but it just keeps taking gas. It's got like a 25-gallon tank in that thing for
that's the old
Cherokee.
The old truck had a 25-gallon tank. This new one's got a 35-gallon tank.
Jeez.
I wish my truck had it's a 33 in the Ram. I wish to God it had that trait. Because mine just has a 26.
It just keeps going.
That's an option. I wish mine had that. At least for long road trips. Of course, then I would have actually killed Gizzard if I'd had a 33-gallon tank.
Like I said,
desert.
With 40 gallons, man, you can go a long ways.
Yeah. We had a Suburban, had a 42-gallon. That thing was ridiculous. You had to take out a second mortgage to fill it up, but
yeah. Well,
with 2 tanks?
No, just one. It's got one big one in the back underneath.
That's what she said.
That's why the spare tire's inside. But I drove from here to the ocean.
Which ocean?
South Gulfport, and
it's not the ocean, that's the Gulf.
Yeah,
I got a lecture about that.
It's the Gulf of America. Yeah,
and yeah, I mean 40-gallon tank, and this is 3/4 ton full drive truck or Suburban, and yeah, we got there, with quarter tank of gas, 500, over 500 miles.
I had a 95 Crown Vic one time that I bought. I bought it from my dad, and he bought it from like an old fella that had it forever. And it had a real high gear in it. I drove from here all the way to Jacksonville, Florida before I put gas in it. I got 400 miles on that tank. I filled it up to the cap. And that thing on the highway, because we were going to Florida, and it was in I think it was fall. And it was cool, so I didn't have to have the air on. It was just had the vent on. I got almost 29 miles a gallon in that Crown Vic.
Well, that's because you were going downhill the whole time.
I was going downhill. You really
Then we
are.
got
You're going
13
down the
coming back.
mountains.
You're
You're
going
going
down
out of the mountains, and you're going down to sea level. It does make a
Yep.
difference.
Yeah, you're going downhill the whole way from your house to Jacksonville.
But I got 400 miles on that first tank.
Did you ever see the Mythbusters where they took two identical vehicles and it's at a racetrack? There's a mile.
The
racetrack.
semis?
Huh?
Was it the semi one where they drift behind the semi?
That's actually, I think there were Suburbans or Blazers.
Yeah, where they're testing AC versus window.
AC with no AC. And actually, the no AC did not make it that much farther, really.
Because of the aerodynamics you lose. But
Right.
when I went down, it was I didn't have to have the windows open. I just had the vent run through.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't make much difference anymore.
I forget. It was like, I don't know. It was only like a few miles or something that they.
I don't know if it was that far.
Yeah.
No, the one that really intrigued me is when they were testing pickups, because people were doing the thing where, I'll take my tailgate off and it's supposed to increase fuel economy and stuff like that. And they did all kinds of stuff and nothing improved fuel mileage except for a mesh tailgate. Which I was thinking to myself, you don't even see people running those anymore.
I thought it just built up air in the back and then it ran over that pocket kind. I didn't think that really made a difference anymore.
So it actually creates a little bit of downforce on your rear wheels. But for some reason, removing the tailgate messes with that downforce and affects the fuel economy, but it doesn't affect it the way people thought it would. It actually decreases it. Then they tried tailgate open. They tried tonneau covers. That didn't improve fuel economy. The best way was just your traditional tailgate, except for if you had a mesh tailgate. For some reason, the mesh tailgate actually improved the fuel economy. It wasn't by a great deal, but it actually improved it.
I don't buy a pickup to worry about my fuel economy.
Same here.
I used to carpool.
Drive it.
I used to carpool with this guy that drove an older Chevy pickup, and in the summertime, he would actually take his fan blade off because he said that he got better gas mileage with the fan blade off.
Hope he didn't have to idle much.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This wasn't the smartest guy in the world, though.
Yeah, it works great till you set in traffic.
I know plenty of people say that fan kicking on killed their fuel economy. I know people that would switch to electric fans because of it, but unless he was switching to electric fans, oh God, no.
Well, my brother, he was a tightwad, and he always had a F-150 two-wheel drive when you own standard, and you had to double clutch the sun gun to take off at such tall gears. And he always drive around with his windows down and his sliding glass in the back open and his tailgate down. And he said that's so you get the best gas mileage. And anyway, he came over one day and borrowed my chainsaw. And anyway, I was like, he sat in the back. I'm like, put that up front with you. He goes, it won't come back. It won't go off out of here. I step back here all the time. I'm like, put it up front. He's like, nah, it'll be fine. And as he pulled out, it fell out on the dang highway. And I'm like, you son of a gun.
Yeah, it's kind of hard on stuff.
He buy them things for like $2,500, just drive them till they quit, and then buy another one for like $2,500.
All right. Well, we got about 10 minutes to go in the show, so let's go through the panel and let's ask everybody what did you learn? That's right. And we'll start with my co-host, Obnoxious One, because he always learns something in this show. So what did you learn?
Yo,
you learned yo?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure which part of the show we were in.
This is the ascend part of the show.
Oh, oi. That's yo backwards.
Oh, okay. So you didn't learn nothing, is what you're
My
telling me.
book ended it. I learned all kinds of stuff about Ireland, and then I forgot it all already.
Oh, we can go over it again if you want to.
No, that's all right.
Nah, I'm good.
Filthy potato eaters.
After chat.
So what have you got coming up on your channel for us?
I don't know.
Besides a new live stream that's going to be going live.
Yeah,
anytime
that's not
soon.
happening. I don't know if I got anything coming.
He's going to have some Civivi dives that just randomly showed up today after he was all disappointed.
I was disappointed.
I'm surprised they didn't show up in your FedEx because that's the only reason I noticed it. I was looking for something else, and they were just randomly in my FedEx app.
They weren't in my app, and I couldn't find anything on the website.
I had 2 FedEx deliveries today. I had the knives this morning, then something from FedEx Ground this evening. I'm like, you'd think surely FedEx could manage to cram this all in one vehicle.
I got my NOCO inflator jump box this morning.
The A65 or whatever it is.
AX
That thing's a beast. That thing's a beast.
It weighs like 18 pounds.
Yeah, but it's actually good. It's not like I aired up my truck tire with it today on my work truck because it was almost flat because I hadn't drove it, and it just aired it right up.
Well, yeah,
all those little cheapo Chinese ones are a joke compared to that one.
Yeah, Sugar Mama went out to get it when it came, and she's like, "Holy cow!"
Mm-hmm. It's all there.
It's all there. And then they showed up with the Civivi knives this afternoon. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I got some Civivi knives coming up.
If it was 10 days later, we could have shown Moses Gorn.
Mm-hmm. There you go. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Maybe this will lift up your spirits a little bit. All right. This from Gizzard Gary. He says, you can't hear a t-shirt. The t-shirt. You might could hear that. Let me get my ear a little closer.
There's a t-shirt in there?
Yeah. Zoom in on that shirt.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My favorite one is you can't hear a picture, and then somebody puts up a picture of Ric Flair.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Woo! Me, an intellectual.
First of all, I'm a delight.
So we got this one, and it's on topic. All right. May the luck of the Irish be with you. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Green tips.
Not bad.
I'll allow it. Now there's another one Justin sent that we may not allow. But now this reminds me of somebody I know. Okay, so question is, how do you sleep at night knowing people don't like you? Me, with the fan on.
On a mattress for mattress.
I was going to start singing the Zach Top song. I sleep like a babe.
On a mattress for Mattress Firm. So I sleep all night long.
I love it. Oh, what the hell? Not sure I understand this. Okay. Might get in trouble for putting this on the screen, but I don't understand it.
If you don't understand it, I can guarantee you.
Oh, God.
Nice welding.
The grinding wheel. I get it. That's pretty good.
You don't get that?
Oh, okay.
You see,
he's blind, and that's a grinding wheel.
And that's a grinding wheel. A grinding wheel would typically be used on a weld if it was really bad.
He should have picked up his hammer and saw.
That's true. All right.
Remind me to tell you the funny welding story in the after chat.
Okay.
Remind me to tell you about my selling a plasma cutter story today. It took 3 hours. Literally.
Hillbilly Up, what did you learn?
I learned it at St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I did, but
Okay.
yeah, it was fun. A lot of great Irish stuff on there about St. Patrick's Day. I enjoyed that real well.
What have you got coming up?
Oh man, see, I put out a video today with the new O sites, the X and the S, and just totally abused them, and they did okay. I mean, you have to go watch the video, see if it all turned out right. But yeah, put them through some tests, and that was actually a lot of fun to do. And then, of course, got other videos coming up. And then Saturday night, we got Guns, Beer, and Therapy, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. So if you ain't done nothing, swing by and see us.
All righty. Thank you for being here. Serge, what did you learn this evening?
I learned a lot about St. Patrick's Day.
See, this show was educational.
It was pretty good. You having quizzes on the pertinent topic. That was pretty good.
Of course. It's the least I can do. And I always try to do the least I can do in this show.
And also learned that somebody made a terrible decision shooting at a car and hitting him in the head.
Yeah. Yeah. It's North Carolina, but it wasn't anywhere near you. So that's okay. All righty. So what have you got coming up?
Stuff and things.
Oh,
You son of a bitch.
oh my. Maybe some litigation coming on here.
Sorry, not sorry. I said it.
All right, Serge, thanks for being here. Let's go do the gun snob. What did you learn?
Oh, we were supposed to learn something?
Of course.
No, I didn't take notes.
Well, you got here late, so it's okay. I'll just put you down for tardy again. What have you got coming up besides reviews on everything in those boxes there?
Yeah, you should check out my Amazon storefront. There's like 250 videos in the last month up there.
Wow.
So you should go
actually
check
buy
that out.
some. Yeah.
And then let's see, I've got a welder video coming out on my channel this week.
What?
It's hard to believe.
No way.
Really? That's new.
Yeah.
Welder?
And then after that, I finished my X Vision thermal video, so I got to get that edited and uploaded. That thing's pretty cool. So those two will be coming out this week.
All righty. Well, thank you for being here. Last but not least, Guns and Barbecue. What did you learn?
I learned that we can successfully peer pressure Gizzard Gary and getting his ass to the gym.
You didn't have anything to do with it.
I'm pretty sure I gave you some shit about it once or twice on here. I may not have had anything to do with it, but nonetheless, it was done.
I physically threatened him today.
Yeah, Sarge told him he was gonna, something about kicking him in the ass. Actually, kicking him in the ass.
Either way.
Yeah,
he's back at the gym. That's all that matters.
It worked. Yeah.
Told him I was gonna throttle him unless you started going.
Good.
So we got there.
Yep.
What have you got coming up on your channel?
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
Yep.
Well, doggone it.
Yep.
Well, alrighty.
I was making a video, and then I was like, I could post this, but it's probably just going to piss people off. So I was like, guess I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe one day. Probably not.
You should always take decisive action, that's for sure. All righty. So I would like to thank everybody on the panel for a great show. Everybody out there in the comments for helping us out. And everybody who watched this show, whether you watched it on YouTube, Facebook, or the X, or in replay, I thank you for watching this mess. And a special thanks to all of my channel members. Scroll down there at the bottom of the screen. Those are the ones who help me do what I do, and I certainly do appreciate your support. For my channel members, for those people, of course, members only chat Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Central, immediately following Ron Wayne's members chat. So Love to see everybody there. Of course, we give away a knife each week, and this week will be no exception to that. So anyway, next week, Fowl Territory 304, Monday night, 9 p.m. Central, right here on this channel, because we love you. DJ Play Nice is out there. Anyway, so until next time, this is Gizzard Gary reminding you that if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary, on behalf of my panel, saying farewell. I'll let them have one last chance to say goodbye, and then we're going to roll the end credits. So, panel, go.
Say goodbye. Roll the end credits.
That's a calf rope.
See you at the range.
Go to the gym.
Later.